FYI, I use XLR. Just like I kind of would rather have a manual transmission car. I would rather be the mind that chooses what happens with the vehicle than leave it up to chance, leave it up to a computer program. Same thing with my XLR. I want to be in control. I want to be able to adjust it. So you have to learn a tiny bit more when it comes to cars. At first, it can be hard to figure out how to use that clutch. How much do I put the clutch down? When do I switch the gear? How many RPMs do I need that car to be at when I can go from first to second or second to third gear? How slow do I have to go when I can get it into reverse? Should I start in third gear or first gear or whatever? There's all these things that you never have to think about if you're using an automatic. It's like, okay, you've got the accelerator and you've got the brake. You've got the gas and the brake and the steering wheel. And it makes it simple, but it does have a mind of its own. So going back to the XLR, do you want to have to adjust it? No. If you're a terrible driver, you definitely don't want to add in another pedal and another thing for your hand to do. It's like you go from playing on one drum to playing the whole drum set when you go to XLR. But if you know what you're doing on a drum set and you know what all of the different drums do and you have the coordination to play the bass pedal, the hi-hat with your left foot, the bass with your right foot, and the snare drum with your left hand and the toms and everything else, the cymbals. If you understand that and you have some practice in it, then going with the whole drum set is going to give you more control than having something else. When you're looking at vehicles, you're going to have perfect control. You can down gear as you're going down the hill. You can slow down by using your gears, and you don't have to waste your brake. There's a lot of availability and options that you have when you go with a manual transmission that the automatics just won't do. And so for me, I use an XLR. I've got my microphone, a big XLR cables connected to it, and then it goes into what's called an interface. The interface, or the mixer, the soundboard, I personally use a Rodecaster. They're kind of expensive. I don't recommend them necessarily. I love it, but I don't think that you need it. I recommended to Mim, my client, today when I was on the phone with her, I recommended that she use the Scarlett. You can get the Rodecaster, you can get the Scarlett, you can get XLRs, you can get all this stuff. If you go to growyourshow.com/PDF, you'll be able to download an entire PDF of just equipment that my team has been able to vet, and you can go there and get the Scarlett. So on this, I showed her this website. I showed her, how to go switch to XLR. I told her, you're going to have to control this now. You're going to have to move your gain up or down, or turn that volume up or down. You're going to have to do a couple things like that, but you know that it's not going to have a mind of its own. And for her, she was sold. For her, she was like, yeah, I feel like I can get that coordination for the drums. I feel like I can get that coordination for driving a car. I feel like I can get that coordination for my computer and microphone to switch to this XLR from the USB, so that I stop having these issues when the computer has a mind of its own. And it's going to give me more control. What's another drawback, though, of having an XLR?